On one hand, you have Vegito, the Potara fusion of Goku and Vegeta from the Buu saga, a being so powerful that even Super Buu with Gohan, Piccolo, Goten, and Trunks absorbed stood no chance. His power was so immense that the fabric of the Majin Buu dimension couldn't even handle his energy output. Vegito represents the ultimate form of Z-era power and the peak of Super Saiyan before God Ki even entered the picture. On the other hand, you have Super Saiyan 4 Goku, a transformation that taps into the primal Saiyan power of the Great Ape, refined into a humanoid form. Super Saiyan 4 Goku isn't just about brute force, it's a form that combines instinct, ki control, and the ancient nature of Saiyans into one cohesive state. By the time of the Baby Saga, Goku was casually overpowering energy that dwarfed anything seen in Z, and by the Shadow Dragon arc, he was dealing with enemies capable of threatening the balance of the entire universe. So the question is, does Vegito's fusion multiplier and perfect synergy still outclass the raw evolved power of GT Goku? Is defined precision better than primal instinct? This is the battle between the ultimate fusion of Z and the ultimate evolution of GT, Vegito versus Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Vegito, born of the Potara fusion of Goku and Vegeta, first appeared during the climactic battle with Majin Buu. The goal behind this fusion was simple: to create a warrior capable of defeating a Buu who had absorbed Fat Buu and reached Super Saiyan 3 tier power, while also having taken in Gohan, Goten, Trunks, and Piccolo. From the moment Vegito appeared, it was clear Buu was completely outmatched. Even though Buu had landed a few blows early on, that was only because Vegito was still getting used to his immense new power. Once he adjusted, the tide shifted instantly and decisively in his favor. According to the Daizenshuu, base Vegito is stronger than Super Saiyan 3. This alone means his fusion multiplies the combined strength of Goku and Vegeta by at least 400 times, likely more when factoring in what's often referred to as this rival boost. The concept suggests that Goku and Vegeta's long-life rivalry and their constant drive to surpass one another enhances their fused potential beyond standard multiplication. Still, this boost is only a part of the equation. What truly makes Vegito so powerful is the perfect synthesis of both fighters' raw strength, combat instinct, and mastery of techniques. In essence, Vegito represents the ultimate Saiyan fusion of talent, intelligence, and adaptability. Once Vegito ascends into Super Saiyan form, his power skyrockets into an entirely different level. Super Vegito completely overwhelms Buu, effortlessly countering every strategy and retaliating with overwhelming precision. Even when Buu attempts to absorb him, Vegito resists, forcing his way through the absorption barrier with sheer energy alone. When Buu finally returns him into candy, Vegito astonishingly remains fully conscious and capable of fighting, displaying complete control over his power despite being transmuted. This moment showcases more than just raw strength, it highlights Vegito's superior tactical awareness and mental fortitude. Vegito's resilience is equally remarkable. His resilience to abilities like Buu's transmutation makes him nearly impossible to harm. In the manga, his power is already portrayed as godlike, but the anime elevates this even further. During Buu's rage-fueled outside space attack, the surrounding dimensions begin to warp, threatening to collapse reality itself. Vegito warns that the universe could be destroyed if he doesn't act, forcing him to surpass his previous limits. His ensuing counterattack not only stabilizes space, but also demonstrates energy output that can be reasonably interpreted as multi-galactic to universal in scale. Ultimately, Vegito's fusion doesn't last forever though. He intentionally allows Buu to absorb him as part of a calculated plan, and the fusion eventually dissolves due to the chaotic conditions inside Buu's body. Still, even with that limitation, Vegito stands as one of the most complete and overwhelming powerful characters in Dragon Ball Z, embodying the perfect balance of strength, strategy, and Saiyan pride. Now, let's start with GT's power scaling. Starting off, like most GT scaling discussions, the baseline begins with base Goku, who was already portrayed as stronger than any version of Majin Buu by this point in the story. This is supported by his encounter with General Rodo, whom Goku himself flat out expresses as being stronger than Buu. It doesn't really matter whether he met Kid Buu or Buuhan, however, as the point stands either way, since both are at the top of Z's hierarchy, and this establishes GT's power level starting far beyond that point. However, beyond that comparison, Goku doesn't have many measurable power increases outside of transformations or temporary boosts to his ki from others. In the Baby Saga, Super Saiyan 3 Goku initially fights Baby Vegeta in what's referred to as his base form, and the two appear to fight evenly matched until Goku eventually loses due to stamina depletion. Baby then ascends into Super Baby 1, declaring that he's finally achieved the Ultimate Saiyan power. Energy that Goku describes as the most incredible ki he's ever sensed. Given that Baby was already stronger than Goku before this, it's likely that this statement draws from Vegeta's lingering memories of Super Vegito's unmatched strength. From there, Baby transforms again into Super Baby 2, a form which the GT Perfect file describes as being similar to Super Saiyan 3. While that doesn't explicitly confirm it functions as the same kind of multiplier, we'll give the benefit of the doubt and assume that it does. That would make Super Baby 2 roughly 32,000 times stronger than base Goku, an enormous gap. Since Baby Vegeta's earlier forms are considered equivalent to Super Saiyan level transformations, Goku then pushes them further and transforms into a Golden Grade 8, effortlessly overwhelming Baby. On the surface, this seems inconsistent as a normal Super Saiyan Grade 8 would have to be around a 500 times multiplier, which wouldn't come close to the 3,000 times boost that would be needed to surpass Baby 2. However, this form is said to be unique because it awakens Goku's dormant power, suggesting that it's far beyond a normal transformation. We don't know the exact multiplier, and it's clear that Golden Grade 8 boost is far stronger than expected, enough to completely overwhelm Baby and set the stage for Super Saiyan 4. We're told that Goku's Grade 8 transformation is unique, having awakened a dormant power within him. While the exact magnitude is never stated, it's enough to push Goku well beyond expectations and overpower Baby, who had previously dominated him. This indicates that the Golden Grade Ape state amplifies Goku's strength by a significant margin. From there, Goku evolves into Super Saiyan 4, a form that allows him to easily overwhelm Baby even while only using a fraction of his power. However, once Baby attains his own Golden Grade Ape transformation, official guides suggest that he rivals or possibly surpasses Super Saiyan 4 Goku, fatigue aside. Despite this, there's no indication that Baby's Grade 8 form is special in the same way Goku's was. For that reason, it's more consistent to treat Baby's transformation as a standard 10-fold increase over Super Baby 2, rather than the exaggerated 1,000 times argument some fans propose. The blood waves he absorbed don't function as multipliers, and no canon source supports the idea. Eventually, Goku regains his strength by receiving energy from several allies, pushing him into full-power Super Saiyan 4. With Maju's assistance, he ultimately defeats Baby. This suggests that Super Saiyan 4 isn't dramatically higher than a 10-fold increase over the Golden Grade Ape state. Otherwise, Baby's Grade 8 form would have been portrayed as equal or superior in power. In summary, GT Goku surpasses the might of Dragon Ball Z's most powerful villains by a large magnitude. Now, at the end of the day, it should be clear that Super Saiyan 4 Goku stands far above Vegito in terms of raw power. The GT guide seems to suggest that Vegito might be stronger than Super Saiyan 4 is often misunderstood. What it most likely means is that the multiplier for Super Saiyan 4 is comparable to the base level fusion boost of Vegito, not that Vegito himself surpasses Super Saiyan 4 Goku. This interpretation lines up with the earlier scaling and math we discussed, even if it isn't a perfect one-to-one comparison. Some fans use this statement to argue that base Vegito could rival Super Saiyan 4 Goku, which would in turn make Super Vegito superior. However, that doesn't align with the narrative or character dialogue. Goku explicitly states that Baby's ki in the Super Baby 2 form is the most incredible power he's ever felt. If Vegito were truly stronger, Goku, having experienced that fusion firsthand, would have recognized and referenced that level of power. The only way this remains consistent is if we interpret the guy's comparison as referring to the multiplier level of Vegito's base fusion rather than the overall strength relative to Super Saiyan 4. Additionally, General Rodo is stated to be stronger than Majin Buu before even reaching his final form, putting his full power vaguely above Buu's. This already places him within a similar range scaling as Vegito, who also stood above Buu by an unspecified degree. However, Super Baby 2 is on a completely different level. His strength eclipses Ryodo's entirely, reaching a level that requires a transformation on par with the fusion tier multiplier to defeat. Given all that, Super Saiyan 4 Goku easily surpasses both Vegito and any version of Buu level opponents from Dragon Ball Z. His power output, scaling, and feats put him solidly above any Z-era fusion character. In short, Super Saiyan 4 Goku takes the win handily, and it isn't even close. For everyone who had made it to the end of the video and walked with me on this journey, I thank you. You're an irreplaceable fan that I'd like to be a part of the main Majin Bird family, and I implore you to join the Dragon Ball HQ Discord server in the description. Here I'd like to garner a core fan base of Dragon Ball fans where we can celebrate and discuss the miracle that is Dragon Ball. Thank you.